And we're going to try this yet again. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Third time's the charm, I say, hopefully.
Welcome.
I can hear us all.
We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, we are frazzled as hell, but we are happy to be here. And, yeah, we are playing the first episode in our Cyberpunk Red campaign, The Fall of the House of Red. I am so very excited for this. I've been looking forward to it for so long. This cast is amazing. This game is going to be so fun. And we should just get into it because nothing else can possibly go wrong for us to start an hour late. Yeah.
Nothing went wrong. This was exactly as planned. We
Of
were
course,
teasing the
yeah.
entire time.
Fashionably late.
I'm just getting my announcements. Anyone who's here has heard my announcements 1,000 times. So, I'm just gonna go over to the players, let them tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, their role, and then we'll get started. I think of some nice cyberpunk music here to go with it. Yeah, I guess it might be more like 80s, but I'm here for it. We're gonna go top to bottom, left to right, which means that we're gonna start with Alice.
Hi, guys. My name is Alice. I use they, them pronouns. And tonight, I am going to be playing the Netrunner Saint, who also uses they, them pronouns. Sweet angel baby who has never done anything wrong in their lives.
Of course. And then down to JD.
Hey, I am JD, pronouns he, they, and I am playing Virgil, the rocker boy, pronouns he, him. He also has never done anything wrong ever in his life.
Of course
None of us
not.
have.
We certainly didn't have a 0.5 where anything untoward happened.
I
No
don't have a
evidence,
kill
no
count.
crime.
It's fine. Yeah, no body, no crime. We know this.
Yeah, naturally. And then down to Matt.
Hello, my name is Matt, he, him pronouns. I'm playing Patrick Lee, and he is gonna be rocking and rolling with some good old-fashioned media stuff, you know? And I contribute to the nothing untoward happened during in said 0.5. I didn't almost die. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. I'm so excited, y'all.
Absolutely. And then joining us for the first time ever, over to Garnet.
Hey everyone, I'm Garnet. I will be playing the med tech, Dr. Mister. Pronouns she, they.
Yeah.
She likes money. Basically. She will save your life, but she will charge you for it.
As is good and just. And of course, I'm Andrew, our storyteller for tonight's game and for most games around here. Even though it says I'm the warden, I am not the warden, I am the referee. There we are. Now it should be fixed in captions. And, oh boy. I tell you, it's been a time getting to this point. Believe me, it has been a time. But before I dive in, I do have just a scene setting for us. As any of you that watch the news know that the NCPD just recently reported that one Lucy Reinmeyer, 19-year-old daughter of Rockland Augmetics executive engineer George Edward Reinmeyer, has joined a growing number of missing young women in Night City. Over the last 4 weeks, 7 women have been reported missing across the university district. Whereabouts? A complete mystery. NCPD detectives who still have no leads. Mr. Reinmeyer has yet to be reached for a comment. But this morning, each of you got a message from your lovely Corpo exec, who unfortunately cannot join us tonight, but Arlie will be joining us for future sessions, letting you all know that it has come down the pipeline, considering all of your actions leading up to this event, which we'll get there, has put your names in the spotlight a little. And while the NCPD has been ineffective, Mr. Reinmeyer has found that alternative means of getting his daughter back need to be taken. He got a message saying, as you may know, our client's daughter went missing from the university district. We've had a little cooperation from the local authorities. Our client has authorized me to pay out 2,000 eddies per head to contractors of my choice. I'm choosing you. You will each receive 500 eddies upon signing of the contract with Rockland Augmentix, with the remainder of the funds issued once Lucy Reinmeyer has been recovered, in whatever state you find her. Good hunting. And of course, the contracts are sent over to you. Would you all like to sign them?
I would like to read them.
Oh, of course. It's very just stock standard, hostage, possible kidnapping subject being recovered from the kidnapper. Of course, they are not liable if any of you should die in the process. You'll be paid the agreed upon money upon signing, and then again upon completion of the job, whether or not the abductee is still alive.
Good. We don't even have to worry about bringing back alive, just a body.
No weird fine print.
Nope. Pretty stock standard.
Okay.
Oh. And Patrick has already signed it. I'll use one of my consumables right now. He's using a shower in a can, so he can shower right now. And just remembering the state of his living quarters, he's like, "Yeah, I need the money. I'm in."
Yeah, fortunately. And hey, look, consider the free publicity, right?
True.
Like, if your merch sales went up that much just from dealing with few corrupt cops, imagine what it'll be like when you rescue a kidnapped daughter of an exec.
Yeah, Virgil.
Yeah.
You could live stream this.
I could. That could be something I do.
Yeah. Possibilities.
We got the next album art. That last time, you took some sick fucking footage.
Thanks.
Virgil standing in front of a burning car, just illuminated in flames. Dirty cops fleeing in the background.
Yup.
Rock and roll.
Well, you have been promised to receive more information at a later time, and then they recommend you simply just stand by. That is until within the next couple days, you'd notice that there are posters being plastered up all across the streets for a few blocks within the university district. They all read, "Come to the night opera with the Philharmonic Vampires." On the poster, of course, is a collection of shadowed figures all striking the classic vampire cinema poses.
They're trying so hard. Too hard.
I mean, as you're standing there reading one, you hear a college student look at one of the posters. A vamp show? Why would anyone want to go see those next second freaks for? No, fuck that. I'll pass. Of course, you do see people passing by Uh, Basically, everyone's treating this as some kind of joke. Very few people actually considering it to be for what it is, an actual artistic performance. But regardless, with the amount of college students that are going to be going to this, even if the show sucks, it's probably going to turn into a rager. And if anyone was out here kidnapping 19-year-old girls,
Yeah, all the weird freaks go to the vampire party.
yeah. Yes, Elsie, this is a vampire game. So yeah. I will hand it over to all of you. The attire, um, it does list a dress code. That listed as Old World meets New World, drama, sensuality, black velvet, danger. And it is located just off the Night City Symphony Hall, just off campus. So, is there anything that any of you would like to do as we prepare for tonight's festival?
Yeah. I've got a skill, and I don't know if it'll affect anything here, but I imagine that Patrick, having gotten used to blending in when it comes to any sort of function where he might be able to get some footage of celebrities.
Absolutely.
I would want to, if anyone needs help figuring out their outfits, I do have a little wardrobe and style skill that I could use to assist, and even if you don't buy anything new, maybe make it look a little bit more in line with this new and old world vibe.
Okay.
It's literally just assuming that like Virgil had like costumes from like tour stuff.
I think that's fair. I think Patrick and Virgil could tag team this and help craft some outfits
Yes.
for all of us.
Sensual, drama, velvet, danger.
Velvet Danger.
It's
What
my
a
new
great
band
name. Yeah.
No more Anarchy Division. We're Velvet Danger now.
Their underground punk scene name.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That's their for one night only name, and their one night only is actually like once a month.
Yeah.
Yep, same club.
Different name every time.
Just gotta boost those sales.
Yes.
But yeah, you'd all have plenty of time to get into the perfect attire, perfectly blend in. Are any of you bringing weaponry?
I am a weapon hoop.
Do you even have to ask?
I just gotta make sure.
Yeah. I've got
We
a
incorporate
giant
them into
bag.
the outfit.
Just carrying like a big like rucksack.
Yeah, if anyone needs to hide anything, I've got a giant bag and I've got all sorts of stuff I can stack on top to make it so that anyone who's looking through is going to be like, I'm not going to bother.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know. I may have you make the first roll of the game here.
I'll snap.
Let's go with just conceal/reveal object.
Conceal/reveal object. Uh-oh.
Well,
23!
I was gonna give you a DV of 9, but with a critical success, with a preem roll of a 23, yes, anyone that goes for this bag will likely get frustrated very quickly as it is perfectly organized disorder. It is controlled chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of you need
they
to carry anything, you're good.
Great, great.
What about our paramedic over there? You bringing any weapons, any armor?
Well, see, I was gonna try to like smuggle in like my guns in like a thigh holster, very like, like the how women would carry like knives on their inner thigh, but just shoving everything in Patrick's back sounds a lot easier, and then I could just get it later. Like
Yeah.
once we're in the door, I will collect my items.
Yeah. Are
I feel like that's what we all do with our unconcealable weapons.
are you all going armored up? You're like your Kevlar, your all that, or is tonight about fashion?
Why not both?
That's
Yeah,
true.
I definitely thought that most of these things were made out of Kevlar.
That's a great point. Okay. Okay. I'll give you that.
You hide it underneath the clothes.
Or you just sew it into the clothes. Um,
Ooh.
because I assume that at least half of you are kind of on the pulse of social media, especially around an event like this, you'd see a lot of people that are very concerned about the kidnapping and how this seems stupid. Like, it would be idiotic for anyone to go to this, even though hundreds of people have already bought tickets and are going. There is a thread that has a few dozen people in it talking about how the psychology advisor hasn't been answering anyone's email. Everyone's wondering if they've heard from him, or if anyone knows how to reach him, or people just frustrated that they can't get through to him. But other than that, it's very much a mixed bag of being excited for this show to suck just so they can all start drinking, and a small handful of people actually like, hey, come on, let's give it a chance. Like, this could be cool. You never know. But anyways, just after sundown, as you all approach the Symphony Hall, you can already see a line forming. Campus security is parked out front, watching to make sure nothing too terribly out of control happens. And a pair of campus security officers seem to kind of be occasionally directing the crowd when that line starts to get a little unruly. Would you all like to do?
Is there a VIP line hoop?
There is not. There's exactly one line into this place, and at the front of that, leading up an old set of marble steps, you can see an individual basically like on a soapbox in a almost like circus. Oh god, what's the name of the guy that runs the circus? Ringleader, ringmaster.
Ringleader.
Yeah, basically in like a top hat and like a long coat, that's yelling, "Come one, come all, come see sights of amazement from an age long since lost. You'll see wonders that will astonish all." And then just keeps repeating as more people come by. But at the moment, unless you want to do something, you are stuck in.
Time to use that pretty face, Virgil.
Before you do that, I would like to see if there is a back exit.
Oh, of course there is. There would have to be for a university campus.
Okay, and is there anyone back there, like guarding the door or looking kind of sus?
I mean, there's people trying to make sure that no one gets in without buying a ticket, but that's
okay. And after doing a quick scope out of the building, I will come back and be like, all right, this is stupid. Let's get inside. We're not waiting in this line.
just pushing straight to the front.
Oh, absolutely. Pushing straight to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you'd get up to more individuals in black suits and top hats, standing in the doorway, checking people's tickets. Oddly enough, anyone that, presents a ticket and is allowed through, not a single one of them are pat down. No one's checking for weapons. No one's vetting any of these people. Everyone is just let through as is.
Handy.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly dangerous.
True.
Yeah, Virgil, are you taking the lead here?
Virgil is definitely taking the lead, and I imagine he does that by starting to live stream and kind of making his way, like walking backwards towards, the figures at the front of the line, talking all the time to his fans, saying, this is where I'm at tonight. I don't know exactly what's in store, but we've been promised a wild night. All of you could maybe show up, and is trying to make the crowd part for him because they are so eager to get to have just a moment on screen with him as he is live streaming to his fans.
Yeah. Why don't we have you make the second roll to roll
Yes.
your what's your charismatic impact?
I would love to.
Get another crit. Start off this game 2 crits.
Don't say that. Don't say that, Hoop. Don't say that.
Okay, it's still an 11. That is plenty. Absolutely, there are people that recognize you, and of course you bump into someone who immediately turns around, gets ready to beat the shit out of you. They've been in line for the last hour. Everyone's tensions are high, and then someone just grabs your shoulder. Get the fuck up. Do you know what that is? Just get out of the way. Just like pulls them out of your way, and you are easily able to slip through to the front, where one of the
Virgil just smiles at them and blows a kiss and continues on his way.
Oh.
the perfect duality of reactions of one individual looking at you just daggers, and the other just very much loving the attention. But yeah, you make your way to the front. The individuals in the black suits who just held out a hand. Tickets.
And I am presuming, well, I guess that's a question. Do any of us have tickets?
You certainly could
I
have
feel like
bought them.
Patrick does.
Patrick for sure has a ticket.
Oh, sick. Thank you.
There's no way Patrick anticipated not having to pay to get into this event. But the rest of you, I leave it up to you if you bought a ticket.
I have a ticket. Whether or not it was purchased legally is a question.
Legally.
Not wanting to start the party too early, Mister would have also purchased a ticket.
Sure thing.
And I think,
Patrick would have purchased Virgil a ticket.
yes, I think that
Yeah.
tracks. I think Virgil debated whether or not he would use the ticket or if he would try to talk his way in, but an artist should support other artists. So
For sure.
we can't call this art yet, but we're going to find out.
Well, you aren't hassled. They don't search your bag. They don't search your persons. No one even bats an eye that you're wearing Kevlar under your black velvet outfits. And as you step through, you are greeted by a handful of burlesque figures, all mid-dance, kind of flanking the inner doorway. Both masculine and feminine figures that lock eyes with each of you as they dance, and the closer you get, the more that they seem to kind of exaggerate their movements, dancing along to the beat, very much trying to draw people in. Inside,
It's like it will be a party after all.
oh, of course. Inside, the lobby is decorated with long red drapes and holograms featuring notable vampires throughout cinema history. All the way back to Nosferatu, Dracula, of course, and going up through the ages. There's a door that leads into the atrium, where red velvet padding and gold rivets lines the exterior. Looks like it's probably been added specifically for the event. And more burlesque dancers perform beside the doors, their skin ghostly white. And for everyone that passes, they just croon, "Please be seated. The show is about to begin." But if there's anything you would like to do before you enter, by all means.
Is there a public restroom?
Of course.
Okay. Patrick is gonna say, I'm gonna check things out, but I need to freshen up a little bit. But his intention is to go into a stall and use his radio scanner to listen to see if there's, any nefarious stuff on the airwaves around here.
Oh, for sure. Probably get a few odd looks. Not that you could see them from people who are coming in and out of the restroom, but no, nothing nefarious.
Okay. Great. Flush, wash hands, go back.
Would you all like to go take your seat?
Just because she cannot help herself,
Mhm.
is there some sort of like concession stand?
There are not. This is not an official university sanctioned show, so they cannot sell concessions.
Good. That
Oh.
actually makes Mr. feel better that there is not consumables being sold here. So that means that if anything were to happen, then the university is not responsible.
Of course.
Doesn't mean they're not sold. Just that
No,
there's
no, it doesn't
sale.
mean that they're not sold. It just means that the university doesn't have a hand in whatever is happening, at least not publicly.
Yeah.
Um,
It's all about
yeah.
CYA.
Oh, yeah. So then, yeah, she will take her seat. And then at some point before the show starts, but like as the lights are dimming, we'll collect her weapons from Patrick.
You got it.
Yes.
A bellhop does hand out synthetic silk handkerchiefs to each of you as you go and take your seat. You're staring up at the stage, which of course is adorned with fake trees, with massive white tapestries on either side. Very much as proper scene setting as they could do for an unofficial show. And you all hear Tchaikovsky? It's Tchaikovsky now, the Swan Lake. Serenade the audience
Yes.
as the remaining people find their seats, the lights dim, and the show begins. Look at that. Oh. Play. So. There we go. Hope that's not too loud for you. A production of Dracula that has yet to ever be seen and has to ever grace the stage is played out before you. mixing classical horror cinema with futuristic motif. Half-naked performers sling buckets of fake blood at each other and at the audience, as classic theater meets modern performance art. Would you all say that you're close enough to get buckets of blood dumped on you?
No.
No.
Absolutely, me and Patrick are.
Yeah.
Saint is wearing white. No.
Oh yeah. The two of
And there was no way that Mister was gonna sit that close to any stage. Already has their back to the door and hates it.
I think there's a moment, Virgil, where you see someone grab a bucket and get ready to toss it out in the crowd, look down, see you, make eye contact, and then it is fully aimed at the two of you.
Virgil licks some of it off.
Oh my gosh. Nah.
It's definitely fake, but there is a little metallic tinge to it. Probably just added for aesthetics, but I mean it's probably all fake blood.
I have no doubt.
Synthetic blood is still fake blood.
The performance continues. The performers giving their heart, leaving their heart on that stage, giving the performance of a lifetime. And of course, the now mostly drunk college students are failing to appreciate this beautiful work of art as the crowd is starting to get a little rowdy. At this moment, is there anything any of you would like to do?
I would be paying attention to social media and probably a little look into people's DMs, see if anything interesting is going on now that the liquor's lubricating things.
Anyone else?
Are the performers noticing the fact that their audience has stopped paying attention to them, or are they just in their performance?
They are, some of them are noticing, but many of them are pushing through, giving their performance anyways.
How far into the performance did you say we are?
You're probably about reaching the point where they're about to release everyone for the intermission.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't want to make a scene, but what else would I want to do but that?
Naturally.
I think noticing that Virgil is going to jump up on the chair, one leg on either arm, and turn back to the crowd, since he is obviously sitting close enough to be getting splashed with blood, and say, "We are witnessing a masterpiece that you are not appreciating." Face covered in blood.
Oh,
like
yeah.
absolute crimson mask, licking off more of it, and then gesturing for everyone to
Oh, yeah.
appreciate this, embrace this.
Standing up, looking like you just slaughtered someone, head just still dripping bits of blood. Everyone in your immediate vicinity at least does stop. Conversations, watch you. It calms enough that it kind of starts this wave throughout the crowd. But they are drunk. Oh, who knows how long that's going to be. It's in this moment of quiet that I think the two of you that are up next to the stage would hear two pops. Which it wouldn't take you long to realize that those are gunshots. And the crew, the cast currently on stage, all look back, look at each other. It's clearly not part of the...
Can we tell what direction they're coming from?
From backstage. It's followed immediately by a voice that says, "Hey, you two can't." The gunshots go off, and the voice is cut short. Would you like to?
I mean, is this really our problem?
It doesn't have to be.
What if they're connected to our problem?
We don't have a problem, Patrick. We have a paycheck that we need.
Yeah, well, that's my problem. I don't have enough money. I'm struggling.
People around you are starting to murmur. They're also realizing that wasn't part of the performance. People are starting to get up out of their seats. That murmur is traveling through the crowd. And you have a few moments before this is about to turn into a stampede of people trying to get out of here.
Get off to the side of the room, at least.
Let them
Yeah.
pass. Okay.
Like yelling fire.
Yeah. For the two of you in front, no problem. You can kind of just crawl your way over to the front seats, which people have already evacuated. You're fine. For the two of you further back, that's going to be a little more difficult. I'm going to need a roll from both of you. B9 athletics.
15.
15, plenty. 16, yeah. You both of you were able to stand your ground and just wedge your way through the oncoming stampede. Virgil and Patrick, at the moment you were basically locked between a stampeding crowd who was just jam-packed at every exit trying to get out of here, and what is a firefight that is building on stage. As two figures step out, one just point blank handgun into one of the actors, fires. You see a figure dressed almost like a circus clown, with both eyes very clearly cybernetically augmented, and a figure dressed in a deep dark brown robe that just murdered someone in cold blood on the stage in front of you.
Real quick, were these performers, were they also college students?
Oh yeah. So, now I have to ask, are you jumping in to stop this pair? Or is this not our problem?
I'd like to jump in.
Yeah, where are they now that they're out on stage, where are they headed?
Nowhere. They just kind of stepped out on stage.
And they're
Are they
just
doing anything?
firing
killing
wildly?
people. Yeah.
Do they look like they have specific targets? Is it just the actors, or are they firing into the crowd now?
They haven't yet.
I want to throw something at them.
Okay. So it's safe to say that we can jump into initiative.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna do something. I feel like if Virgil looks back at Mr., there is just clearly a look in Mr.'s eyes that lets him know this is going to be our problem.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
it can't not be. It is going to be our problem, because if they start firing into the crowd, it's going to be our problem anyway.
Add you all to the initiative tracker. And it's going to roll everyone's initiative for us, so no one has to roll anything. I think I've
Great.
that. I should label them. I won't, but I should. work. Yeah, there we are. All right. Well, Virgil and Patrick, the two of you are pretty close up to the stage. You basically, on your turn, you could easily climb up should you want to.
Sweet.
But that means that they are also very close. Do you all have the cheat sheet that I posted?
Yes. Friday Night Firefight one. Or just the general one.
Whatever. As long as you got one. Well, first up is Bozo. The painted on clown face is going to look down at the two of you. Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be a hero. And is going to draw a weapon on you. And got a heavy pistol here.
Great.
We love this.
And it's rate of fire 2, so we got 1 bullet for each of you.
We're sharing the love.
Let me click. There we are. Sorry, y'all. Tech has not been on my side today at all. There we are. There we go. Okay. And I'm gonna put 1 into each of yous. So, Patrick, let's take a shot at you first.
Okay.
Handgun. Oh. Handgun. There we go. That is
All right.
18 at this range with a pistol. That's DV 13, so that will hit.
Mm-hmm.
And this is to your body for 8 points of damage,
Okay.
which your armor should be stopping. Because your armor should be back up to 11.
Oh, okay. Great. Yes. Thank goodness.
And Virgil,
I never did repair that.
same thing. I'm going to take a shot at you with the heavy pistol. 17, again, is going to beat the DV of 13 at this range.
Hey, Hoop, could I roll evasion?
Oh, yes, absolutely. You have an evasion in, was it 8 or higher?
I have an evasion base of 12.
Defender with a
Dang.
reflex. Do you have a reflex of 8 or higher?
Do I? I do not.
Yeah, a defender with a reflex of 8 or higher can choose attempt to dodge a ranged attack. So, good thing to think about once you're increasing your stats.
Absolutely.
But that will be 12 points of damage, which I think is going to just barely get through your armor.
It sure is. It's fine.
You'll take 1 and drop the stopping power of your light armor back by 1. Yeah, that is Bozo done. Still a smile even under the painted face, as they seem to be having fun. And you would notice through that smile that there is a set of vampire teeth, the vampire augmetic, which you could bite someone and inject them with poison. But that is him done. We're over to Saint. You were still in the back, fighting your way through the crowd.
I I wouldn't even be fighting my way to the crowd at this point. Is this stereotypical theater, lights facing the stage and everything?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get into the system and turn those all the way up.
Ooh, okay. Let's roll your interface. DV11.
Nice.
Is this interface or security check?
Interface. Specifically, this is you being able to do things that no one else could do. You with your cool shit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the interface still.
It's under roll.
That's a 23 hoop.
Yeah, I think 23 do it. What are you trying to do?
I am trying to like blast these can lights up because that'll be straight into these people's face.
Yes. There we go. We'll just ignore that. Yeah, I'll say that anyone on stage would have a -4 to fire at anyone that's not on stage, or even to see anyone that's not on stage. Anything else? Are you good back there where you are?
I would probably try to get into a stealth position for that. Just to
Not hard
kinda
to
stay out of
do
view.
with the crowd.
I mean, I have a base of 13, so I'd say that's
Yeah, absolutely not at all hard to do. That brings us over to Funk, who, you know what? With the lights just suddenly blaring in his face, he is going to step forward, hop off the stage. We're going to even odd this. You know what? I have a physical dice here. Even as Virgil, odd as Patrick.
All right.
Of course it's Patrick, because why wouldn't it be?
Great.
Basically just gonna take this like sledgehammer looking weapon, almost medieval looking,
Jeez.
just a massive like staff with a spiked ball at the end, and is just gonna come swinging it down towards you.
Okay.
This one you can roll to evade because it's melee.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Evasion.
Yep.
15.
15. So he's got to beat a 15. That's a 9. That's not gonna do it.
Yeah. I'm a lot better when it's not a gun.
You know what? I still have like 35 villain points left over from Charity Week. I might as well use one
dang.
and re-roll that.
Okay.
I got a -2.
That's what you get for using a villain point on us.
It sure
So does
is.
he hit himself now?
It just smashes down one of the chairs and it just splinters into pieces. It is rate of fire 2, however, so he's gonna try and hit you on the upswing.
Okay.
So you need to roll your evasion again.
Game on. 18, baby.
I can do this. I can roll a crit here. No, I rolled a 10.
Oh.
Again, tries to swing down. Absolutely no luck. You are just using any
Yeah.
terrain, any seats.
Mm-hmm.
No impact.
Let's go.
has to be a projectile to hit Patrick, okay?
Yes. Right?
Apparently. Patrick, you're up.
So, all right. I'd like to throw my little goop grenade at the one that's still on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing rules as far as like throwing things goes. I don't know like what role I have to do, but that's what I'm going to try to do.
Thrown weapon. That is under athletics.
Athletics. Okay. 15.
For us. One weapon. This system is fairly new to me, so we can all just bear with it. If you want to throw an object,
All
you do
learn
so
together.
by using a ranged attack, using dex plus athletics plus a 1d10. Yeah, up to a max of 25 meters.
Sweet.
Oh. So you deal your body stat directly to their hit points if you hit them, which the one on stage is Bozo, and he needs to roll that
Okay.
fade.
Fingers crossed.
Uh, 15. So you are gonna hit.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness.
What's your body stat?
My body stat is 5, but this is a non-lethal grenade.
Yeah, he still just got pelted in the temple with a
Oh.
grenade.
Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
it
It's
still
a 5.
hurts. So
You
he
hit him
takes
with a
Okay.
baseball.
it takes 5 damage just because that's your body stat. And what does the grenade do?
Sick. So, when it hits, they're covered by this solution, and when they're covered, if they don't take an action to douse themselves in alcohol within 30 seconds, then they'll be grappled when it comes like online, when it solidifies. But while they're grappled, they won't be able to use their move action, and they also can't use a weapon that takes 2 hands. They have -2 to all actions for as long as they remain grappled. The solution has 15 HP.
So he has 30 seconds. So he has
Yes, 10 rounds.
10 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get
Well, he
alcohol
doesn't
in
have
that party.
alcohol. He just got hit with a grenade that splashed him in some substance. It is starting to harden on him. I don't think he's making it out of this one.
Sweet. Let's go.
Anything else?
clowns.
Do you want to jump on stage, or are you good where you are?
Remind me, do I take attacks of opportunity if I leave?
Nope.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting on stage then. I want to
Yes.
advance on the person I've thrown the grenade at.
Absolutely. That brings us to Virgil.
Listen, I'm doing one of my most like hinged actions. I just want to keep Bozo distracted, so I'm just gonna shoot at him. Like we're just shooting.
So you do have a monk like right next to you.
Yeah, I'm not concerned about that yet.
You got it.
I'm gonna regret that in like 5 seconds, but you know I'm not worried about that right now.
He's the one with the melee. It's fine.
He's not the one who shot me. I'm worried about the one that shot me.
I'm actually gonna give him a -4 to his evade because of the lights in his face.
Oh,
Beautiful.
So you rolled a crit fail, but you still got a total of a 10, so that's not bad. I need to roll the evasion, -4. And I got a 7. Even with a natural 1, you still managed to hit.
nice.
Fuck yes.
Roll your damage. For 9, not a crit. And their armor jack is unfortunately going to stop that.
It's cool because I'm gonna shoot again because rate of fire too.
Absolutely.
Ooh.
19.
And that is a 19.
Oof. I would have to crit this hardcore for this even to matter.
Don't even say that out loud. No, you did
You
the
credited
opposite.
it in the opposite way.
You did.
I got a 3.
Never mind, say that.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to dodges into your next shot. For 7, still
Well,
unfortunately not getting through that armor jack.
Yeah, no, the damage hates me.
That was 4-1, 4-1, 4-2. But you certainly
Listen,
got
I
his
got
attention.
his attention on me.
Did.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
And you are chipping out that armor.
That brings us to Mister.
Okay. So Mr. is attempting to get close to the stage. And is going to just whip the shotgun around and go for the guy swinging the very large stick because as much as as fun as it is to take Patrick's money, they don't actually want him destitute.
Thank you.
If he's dead,
Oh.
he can't pay you.
Also that.
True.
When did you
True.
retrieve the shotgun? Because it was in Patrick's bag, right?
Oh, it's like as when
Oh,
I
yeah.
started to sit down and realize those two were going up there, that's when I took my stuff.
Mhm.
We all
Okay.
retrieved our things out of Patrick's bag once we were in the door.
Then absolutely. Let's go down to our shotgun deep. The handy dandy chart here, assuming that I can find it. Anyone have the chart up for combat? Range
What
combat.
do you need?
There we are. Nope, we're good. Found it. A shotgun, assuming that you want to just use your move, I'd say you're getting within 7 to 12, which means you have a DV of 15 to hit him.
Okay. Alright, let's see if I can make that work. Oof.
That is a big 0,
Oh
unfortunately.
god.
Oh no.
Just blast apart a chunk of the stage. He ducks down, still clearly hefting that weapon, getting ready to just smash Virgil. But that's it. I think pretty sure the shotgun is only rate of fire 1.
Yeah, it's only rate of fire 1. Nope, there's something I want to do, but I'm gonna hold it for now.
You got it. Top of the round is back to Bozo, who is being shot repeatedly, not taking a ton of damage, but is also covered in this rapidly hardening substance. Patrick, do you have a weapon, a visible weapon on you?
No, not in my hands or anything.
He's gonna
I only
completely
took my
ignore you.
grenade. Oh, great.
Just gonna run straight past you. Basically just getting up to the top of the stage, looking down at Virgil. He is going to bare his vampire fangs and leap at you. So you can roll your evade versus our clown's vampire fangs. And this is melee weapons. Bozo, what is your melee weapons? Oh, your melee weapons are fantastic. We love to
Oh
see
my
it.
gosh.
This is fine.
Not when I roll like
This
that,
is
it's not.
Absolutely fine.
It's another natural one from me, which means that it's going to
Wow.
miss. He just comes darting towards you. How would you like to avoid this, since I rolled a natural 1?
I think Virgil literally sees this and steps out of the way. But
Elsie-
you look like you're plotting.
Has reminded me that you specifically have villain points to use against you.
Get him out of the way now while
That's
we eat
fine.
the important shit.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So he
No,
will
you know what? That's
land, clearly missing you, but then goes up to try for a second bite. He's still hungry. So I need you to roll your evade again versus a
with you.
15. Nope, 17. Can't do it. It is a rate of fire 2 weapon. He was going to try it. Okay. Okay.
We finally found the game that Hoop is bad with rolling.
Let's
How did that happen
go.
twice?
This is unprecedented, and I love it.
This is revenge on every other game Hoop plays in Foundry.
Yep. Tries to bite you multiple times. Just can't land him once. Anyways, now that my cool NPC can't do anything, Saint, you're up.
Yeah, the cool player will. After this kind of thing worked so well the last time, the music's still playing in the background to this, isn't it, Hoop?
Mm-hmm.
What I'd essentially like to do is like speed it up and then rock the volume up and like tap my communicator. Cover your ears, assholes.
Absolutely. Yeah, give me another interface. DV7. And
Done.
incredible. I assume that you all immediately reach up, covering your ears. Do any of you
Yeah.
have cochlear implants? No.
I have a cyber
audio?
audio suite.
No.
Those of you
I do
with
have cyber audio.
if you have a cyber audio suite, hold on.
Patrick just turns off all hearing.
Yeah, if you have a cyber audio suite, I'll need you to roll your endurance. What they are
Okay.
gonna do?
13.
13, you're fine.
Oh, thank goodness.
Endurance. They are not great at endurance. What gives? Oh, there's 1. 12 somehow manages to succeed. And the other one, a 15. They are not deafened, but they were obviously
I'm distracted.
not ready. I'm gonna say for the next round they have a -4 on everything they do, but then it'll clear after that.
With the lights as well.
If the ones that are on stage, yes. The ones that are currently off stage, no.
Fine.
I can only stack so many penalties. Not like I need it anyways. The monk. Virgil, now that you are flanked, he's going to use this opportunity to try to smack you with his giant mace. Heavy melee weapon, go! 11 versus your evasion.
It's 15.
15 can't hit you. Try it again.
Nice.
Rate of fire 2. That is a 22 from me.
Well, you know what? Let's see. Maybe I can fucking crit on this.
Oh!
Oh my,
A
my
god.
21.
Oh, fuck.
Remember that before you make any rolls, you do have a pool of luck that you can always spend. Won't help you here, but good to know.
No.
A 22 beating a 21 just barely is unfortunately going to hit. Come on. There we go. 15 melee damage, almost a crit. And melee damage, I believe, works a little differently than range damage. Melee combat. Use melee skill. When dealing damage, all melee weapons ignore half of the defender's armor, rounded up. So if you have 10 armor left, then you'd only stop 5. So you take 10 points.
This is fine.
Yeah. Eventually, they had to hit. They're swinging back and forth, trying to catch you, and finally, just square in the center of the shoulder blades, this massive spiked mace finally connects. It is just a jolt through your body of pain. but the two of them are having a blast. Patrick, over to you.
Okay. Would I be able to take my weapon out of my bag and shoot?
For sure.
All right. All right. In that case, I'd like to take a shot at the one that just hit my buddy Virgil, like a Mack truck.
Do
And I'd like to try to.
You do have a -8 to this
Okay.
We're on stage.
because you're on stage
Goodness.
and you have the audio implants.
All right.
Jump down.
Which one are you firing at?
The one that just hit Virgil. So
The monk.
The monk.
Got it. Is this a pistol?
-8, so 11.
This is a pistol, correct?
Yes.
At this range, you were looking at a DV of 13 hit with the pistol.
Ooh.
Ears
Get
still
hit.
ringing, lights just blinding you. You're trying not to hit Virgil. The shot clearly just goes wide. But I believe it's rate of fire too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll give it a second shot.
Yeah. Do you want to spend luck?
Oh. Did my luck replenish since from Okay. Okay, thank goodness. Yes. You know what? I'm spending all 6. Fingers crossed.
Okay.
Ah, no.
Did that? Oh, it did count the 6.
With the -8.
Yeah.
We please say Patrick jumps off of stage.
Brutal.
I mean,
I'm-
drawing your weapon and then firing it twice, unfortunately, is going to be your turn.
Yeah. Okay.
That brings us to Virgil.
Yeah, Virgil is having a time dodging being bitten by a cybernetic vampire and then getting hit by a mace wielded by a monk. I think the first thing he's going to do is just kind of straighten up from where he buckled over after being hit, and he doesn't look at the monk at all. He's looking straight at Bozo and says, "Darling, I would have let you bite me. All you had to do was ask."
Oh.
And then he's jumping on the stage because he doesn't care if he is blinded by the lights. He does not want to be between the two of them.
Absolutely. Just creating that separation best you can do at the moment, just so they don't continuously just get to wail on you. Yeah, absolutely. Anything with your action? You could
What
use
is
it to just
on the
run.
stage?
Lots of scenery.
I'm not gonna run that far. I think I'm just gonna grab a piece of scenery and throw it down towards them.
Nice.
Please roll your athletics.
I would love to.
17 against Bozo, I assume.
I'm not picky. I'm just kind of like yeeting it at whichever one of them it hits.
Got it.
Ooh.
Versus a 12 from me. No. What is your body score?
It is a 4.
4. I am. So, he does still have enough armor that the object itself isn't really going to add any damage, but he still automatically takes your body in damage.
Nice.
Thrown weapons, very effective. That's it. Over to Mister.
Okay. Not necessarily wanting to get like in the mix of those two just yet. Mr. will keep distance and fire the shotgun again.
Still at the same distance, so you're still looking at a DV.
No, I did move.
Okay.
wanting to get just a little bit closer to try to help the aim a little bit. But now they're on the floor. And in terms of the crowd, are the majority of the rest of the audience gone?
Yes, they probably about half the crowd is out of the building. The rest are still piled up around doors.
Okay. But like no one is in the way
No,
anymore.
no, long
Okay,
gone.
good. Great. I did not want to have to deal with accidentally hitting, somebody who was just trying to
Yeah, no, you're
study
fine.
and burn off some steam.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again. Hopefully, I won't
TV
get
of
a 0.
13. That's
Oof.
a 12.
Oh, that hurts.
I
Oh.
won. Unfortunately,
so
just
then-
ducks under it.
What I will do is, both of you are on stage, right?
Yes.
Great. Because Mister is a psycho. There's one scalpel is never enough, and she's just gonna like chuck 2 of them on stage, so you have bladed weapons now.
Okay,
Nice.
absolutely. That brings us to the top of the round of round 3. One of them is pretty badly hurt. The other's doing okay. But you can see now at this point that people are clearing, that any of the actors that were still on stage are unfortunately probably not going to make it. The damage is caused, and they are clearly starting to fall back in preparation of retreating. Bozo is going to look over at you, mister, with your shotgun, and there's a moment where it's just like memorizing your face, and then climbs up on the stage. And it's going to take just a parting hit into Patrick before
All right.
trying to
Great.
continue to run. So yeah, we're gonna take just 2 shots at you.
Okay.
As he's running past you, just taking 2 quick pot shots. At this range, it's a DV13 easily.
All right.
First one's an 8 because, again, I just rolled a crit fail. Again.
Let's go.
And we're going to try for that rate of fire 2 shot for a 14. That one will hit.
Mhm.
For 4 whole points of damage, which isn't even going to break half of your armor.
I'm invincible.
And the rest of his movement is basically just going to be to run past you, and you see that he's clearly running towards the exit, but he will not have enough movement this round to get there. You'll have to wait till next round. Saint.
Hey, I would bring the lights back down because the 2 idiots hopped up on stage.
Yeah.
Now, how I know you said there are other doors. Do those doors happen to be automatic, Coop?
I mean, they can magnetically lock, but they are not what's the term? They're not handicap
Electric.
accessible. There's no button that opens and closes it. They're very
Okay.
inconsiderate here.
Do we have any rules on hacking cybernetics?
There are rules, I believe, for hacking cybernetics, but it is not anything you could do in the moment from here.
Okay.
That's Cyberpunk 2077. We're like 35 years from that being a possibility.
Fine. I would just. Actually, I want to throw a road flare into this. And yeah. There's nothing ever really wrong with fire.
Oh. Pulling out a road flare, lighting it, and throwing it on stage.
Actually, I would try to be hitting the monk that is clothed in fabric.
Nice.
Love it.
What do I roll for this hoop?
It's athletics, and you'd probably have to use your move to get closer to the stage, but you'd be well within
Yeah.
range.
So it's just athletics.
Yep. Athletics
What's
plus
the DV?
dex. DV is going to be against the monk. 5. Another nat
Oh
one.
yeah. And I'll roll the dex as well, so it's a 24.
If you just click athletics, it'll.
Oh, okay. Then it's still 12.
Like, you beat a 5 by
Yeah.
a lot. So the flare's gonna hit that road flare, immediately causing that cloth to. It's sparking. You can see it's smoking. Might catch on fire, but at the very least, he is now just engulfed in smoke and is trying to pat it out. Anything else?
Hide.
I don't think they're much worried about you, but noted. The monk was absolutely going to try to take 2 more swings at Virgil, but instead is just going to start quickly disrobing and take a dash for the door. You are seeing a older gentleman, white beard, like full white beard, sunglasses, very little attire underneath the robe, but at least you have enough details from a facial description that you could recognize.
Just to note, would I be able to get a picture of him off of the camera?
I don't see why not.
Okay.
But yeah, instead of attacking, he is going to use his action just to run to the door, just kick it open, and that only leaves Bozo in fight. Patrick.
Can I run and tackle Bozo?
Absolutely. Run and do a grapple.
Yes.
We'll do us a grapple there.
So is that brawling then?
It is brawling, yeah.
All right. 15.
Both you and the target roll Dex plus brawling. Sweet. I'm gonna look at what his brawling is. And this is Bozo. Brawling of respectable. Not unbeatable by any means, but a respectable number. 13, that's gonna fail.
Yeah, okay.
Charge across the
Patrick.
stage.
Absolutely. I'm trying to get him down, hoping that we might be able to get some information out of him. But
Please do remember that I did arm you with a scalpel.
yeah. I'll use this on you later, maybe.
Yeah, the shoulder charge tackle isn't quite enough to send him to the ground, but the two of you are locked in a grapple at the moment. He's not going anywhere.
Great. Excellent.
Brings
That's it
us
for Patrick.
to Virgil. He's grappled.
After the other one.
Okay.
The guy that's grappled has a -2 to all of his actions, including dodging.
There are 3 of you in here. There is one running outside. I'm going to run after the one who just made it out the door.
Okay.
Let's
You
go.
easily catch. He barely had just hit the door and just stepped around the corner when you were right on his tail.
I would like to roll persuasion and yell at him. If you're gonna run now, you'd better keep running, because I have your face and I'm not going to stop until I found you.
I honestly don't even think you need to roll, but if you want to, I'm happy to let you do it, just so we can see these crazy
No.
numbers.
If you'll give me it for free, I'll take that, because knowing my luck, I'll get a nat one.
There is a moment where he stops and like looks back in the brawl, in the attempt to escape. That clown mask and paint have come off a bit, and you are still seeing that like the cybernetic eyes, almost like this visor across his face over both eyes, but past that it is almost burnt scars the entirety of the rest of the flesh. And he's gonna turn and keep running. Virgil, anything else you want to do? Because that was technically not an action.
Scalpel throw.
I'm gonna follow him as long as I can.
Oh snap!
Oh,
And you know what? I'm gonna. You know what? We've had some good experience throwing things. I'm gonna fucking chuck one of my cans of spray paint at his head.
Ooh, absolutely. Roll your athletics.
Communicators go up to a mile. For record.
Great.
Wait, what? The clown was the one that was hit with the sticky spray, right?
Yeah, the one that I've got.
Okay, well, yeah, we only have to run him 30
So
seconds.
he's not going to
before.
go far.
No.
Changed. Oh, sorry. I was doing that wrong. They should not have been rolling their evasion. But it's fine. I think you all rolled incredibly high when you were making your rolls anyways. But it is going to be at this range of 17. Hit him.
Do not make that
The
with
can,
15.
unfortunately, just going to go past him, clank to the ground. Are you continuing chase?
Yes.
You would not have to chase very long before he starts to harden. But we'll get to that. Mister, there's a guy being grappled by Patrick. He got a shotgun.
Fantastic. Oh no, the lights are back to a normal cadence. If he's got him, I am literally just walking up. I'm not asking questions, just across the throat.
Okay. I assume that this is a heavy melee? What kind of melee is this? Is this a melee weapon or is this like just a medical instrument?
This is a medical tool, like the type of scalpel you would use for an autopsy.
Okay, we'll call this just a regular melee. Let's see what we got here for weapons. Is it 11 or a 15? Chat wants to know.
Obviously, it's a 15.
15,
Right.
clearly. Melee. We'll call this a light melee. So
Okay.
it will do 1d6 and you'll get 2 different attacks with it.
Light melee. How do I roll that?
But I'm gonna drag it into your
Thanks, sir.
character sheet. Your gear. Light melee. So shotgun has been put away, right?
Yeah, it's just like on my back, so it's no longer in my hands.
All right, there you go. Now you should see the light melee under the fight tab, and you can make 2
Yes.
attacks.
And because I need this to go well, I will add a singular luck point.
Gives a -2 to evasion. You rolled an 11.
Okay.
Versus
8.
8. He is going to
So,
dodge it.
first time, if I may add just a smidgen of flavor,
Please.
Mister just grabs the back of his hair and pulls his head back, and just sort of presses it into his neck.
Yeah.
We obviously have a problem,
There's definitely
and
that
I'm going
moment.
to make this go away real fast, unless you have something to say.
There's that moment where he's locking eyes with you, and then just twists his body, managing to get that elbow against your hand before it can actually make any kind of incision. But you have another attack.
Oh,
Okay, dice.
you got this.
So -2 from him. 10 total from me. And a 10. Oh, no. Wait. Did you roll?
No, not yet.
Weird. The screen jumped like there was a dice, but then nothing moved.
Oh, no, I'm getting ready to roll now.
A -2.
How did that happen?
Oh no.
So, for anyone that doesn't know how the dice work in Cyberpunk Red, you roll a d10. On a natural 10, you get to roll another d10 and add it to your total. On a natural 1, you roll another d10 and subtract it from your total. In this instance, unfortunately, Mr. rolled a natural 1 and then a natural 10, subtracting 10 from the roll to a -2. He basically just spins, putting Patrick in the way, and you either have to just pull the attack or just carve into Patrick's back. That's Mr. Bozo. Our clown friend. Oh no, I'm sorry, I got them mixed up. The monk is the one that's currently running, and the monk is not hampered by the quick hardened. So the two of you actually are about to go on a chase. As for those of you on stage, the clown is going to surrender. Just still trying to break out of the grapple, just here. Fuck this. I give up. I'm done. Put an end to this. Virgil,
Yes.
are you full on pursuing and entering a chase here?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it would technically be my turn, would I be able to assist Virgil by, getting into the security cameras and making sure he's staying on this guy's track?
I don't think
The
you have
communicators go up to
any
a mile.
clue where Virgil just went. It would be like,
Communicators.
yes,
We
but
don't have communicators.
it would require you to go into the security office, plug into their computer, and then cycle through every single camera before you manage to find him. Not exactly something that is immediately helpful.
Counterpoint.
Mhm.
Could Saint potentially give me some ideas of shortcuts I could take? If I let them know kind of the street we're on and where we're headed.
Honestly, anyone that's studied the layout of the streets could do that for you. Yeah, as long as you're keeping in communication, I don't see why not.
Great.
I would have a map pulled up on my palm.
Yeah, for sure. I know there's chase. Because there's rules for everything in this game. Rules for chase. Okay. Okay, yeah, we're just in a straight skill challenge. As he's leading at this moment, he's just running. He's just going to roll athletics. And if you want to sprint behind him, I'll give you athletics. Or if you have something else you want to do, by all means.
I'll stick to athletics. We'll do some contested rolls.
Got
Right.
this.
Your athletics. 8. Okay. Respectable. And that's not. I'm not going to beat the 30 you just rolled.
You sure aren't.
Not with my 15. Just like grabs a trash can, throws it down, is trying to evade you, but you leaping over them, vaulting, finding the perfect shortcuts, rapidly gaining. You are the fact that you just crit that and doubled my total. I would say that you could continue that pursuit if you want to get closer, but you could also risk just a diving tackle.
I would like to try the diving tackle.
Let's
Okay.
go.
And I do have 3 villain points for you, so I'm gonna need you to roll this twice and take the worst result.
Ooh.
Okay.
I got a 16. Unfortunately, beating your 14. There's a moment where the two of you slam into him in attempts to dive. And it's just not enough. He manages to break out of the grasp and is just gone into the night. You can take a few moments to get back to your feet, but at this point, he's hit crowds. It would be very difficult to follow him.
It's fine. We saw his face.
Question: did Virgil ever turn off his live stream?
Probably not.
Fair
Because
enough.
I think if we're exiting combat, what Virgil would hear over his ear. Look, I'm gonna borrow your audience for a second. And
Nice.
Saint would send out a picture of this asshole's face
Sure thing.
to everyone watching.
And this is Monk, the older gentleman with the white hair, white beard.
Yeah, whoever was the one outside that I was able to get the picture of. And it's just, a nice instant message to all the viewers saying get him.
Excellent.
But you have an immediate issue in that you have a hostage.
Me too.
Yeah.
We love it when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You love a hostage. I wonder what pet I can get this time.
You did take the fish.
I did take the fish.
You can
Graham is living
see
a very happy life.
that while he has surrendered, the eyes are clearly diving around the room, diving to each of your weapons. At a single opportunity, he is going to try to escape, without a doubt.
I have handcuffs.
As do I.
He also freezes.
Yes.
He
Because
is-
he's stuck.
He is stuck. He seems to be biding
Yeah.
his time as you slap the handcuffs on.
I mean, we've got like right hand, left ankle, left hand, right ankle. So he's gonna have a little bit of a harder time getting out of that.
Fuck do you want?
I feel like we should be asking you that question.
Chaos. This show was shit. Needed someone to liven it up a little.
You cannot be serious.
Looks at you,
A fucking clown.
smiles. You want to test me?
Hey, Patrick, this guy shot you a bunch of times, right?
He tried.
There's There's a sledgehammer around here. You want to have fun, Patrick?
Hey, I'm
Chaos,
sure.
remember?
Patrick is very clearly like, hey, wait a second.
I
The
mean, he
dirty
injured
work,
people,
I
doctor.
don't
So
know.
your turn then.
Speaking of being a doctor, the people that were actually injured, are they gone? Is
Oh,
there any way to help them?
I mean, you could certainly, if you're quick, probably start tending to those that look like they're still alive, but there's quite a few dead cast members.
Okay, I would like to attempt to help the wounded to make sure that they do not join the dying, while Patrick and Saint wait for Virgil to get back. Um,
I think about that time that back door would open. Virgil, you're free to rejoin everyone. And the moment that does, the lights of the entire auditorium go out. Every single light shuts off. Do any of you have augmented eyes that can see in low light or darkness?
Yes. Yes.
You'd see about a dozen figures all dressed in black that are silently moving about the stage, grabbing the dead or injured and just seemingly dragging them off to safety, maybe? All of them are clearly very well armed.
You all just hear Virgil say, "What the fuck?" But he's not gonna act. Right now, this needs to be none of his business.
All of you see about a dozen sets of red eyes flash and appear in the dark around you. You hear the squeaking of bats and the flurry of wings that precedes the arrival of a figure who steps out of a cloud. Virgil, you can see that this is all smoke and mirror. There's a holographic cloud. It was a sound effect played. But for anyone that can't see, it would seem like this figure literally just materialized out of a horde of bats. And a single light would partially illuminate the figure. He's wearing a fine black suit, much like the ones that you've seen on the other, like the ticket taker and whatnot. His hair is parted off to the right, an identical look to the horror legend that is Bela Lugosi. My production of Dracula is in shambles. Yes, some of my children are dead. I'm beside myself with grief. We're lucky that clearly we're defending my honor. I give you one chance to leave, all of you. It's time to bury my dead.
do you want this, or should we take it with us?
Looks down. Leave it. I have questions. I may summon you yet again, but now is not the time. Leave, or I change my mind.
We leave a question for you to ask him.
I'm listening.
We need to know if his chaos possibly involves taking college girls. And if so, where?
You think he might be the kidnapper?
He just shot down how many people? It's possible.
Very well. Are all encouraged. Outside the hall, the streets are completely empty. Not a single soul stuck around to see how this was going to turn out. Even the campus security that had been keeping an eye on things is gone. They apparently don't get paid enough to risk their lives for an off-campus theatrical production. And with that, we're going to jump to a quick break, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what you got to do, and we'll come back in just a little bit with the remainder of our episode. See you soon. And welcome back. Where we left off, we'd just successfully or partially successfully stopped a pair of psychotic armed individuals from bursting in to the greatest vampiric playwright masterpiece of the known era. One of them managed to escape, the other caught, and is likely not having a great time wherever. But you're all able to get home, get any medical attention should you need it, heal yourselves back up to, and kind of on a waiting game at this point. But you are constantly seeing messages about a psychology professor who is just not getting back to his students. Theses are not being graded. It's down to crunch time, and these students are all getting pretty pissed that their work isn't being handed back, and no one knows where Professor Huntver went. So I believe some of you would like to go and investigate. Is everyone going?
Do we want Patrick to talk to people?
We want
I
Patrick.
mean, he's good at it.
Yeah. Like I said, we want
Thanks.
Patrick was a full statement.
Yeah. Well,
I guess we all are going.
your best bet would be on the following night or one of the following nights when that section of the school is emptying and you're not going to be bothered. It is on the 4th floor. It overlooks the university campus and the main strip of the university district. Professor Huntford's office is not hard to find. It's at the end of the psychology wing hallway. Even if anyone saw you walking through the halls, they would assume that you're students. They would assume that if you got this far, you probably have reason to be here. Otherwise, they know everything's locked up, so they're not. Once you get to the door, you notice that there are several taped notes, all eagerly asking the professor about their theses, written in varying degrees of desperation from, hey, professor, if you could get a hold of me for my thesis, that would be so great, to where the fuck is my paper? Just all across the door. It is handedly locked, however. Any of you here to deal?
I mean, I don't have any skills in pickpocket or in pick lock.
Be a pick lock check of 8.
I'll do it.
Sure.
I have a lock picking kit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see how this goes.
Sorry, DV9.
Okay. Okay.
Do things like lockpicking kits lower it though? Or
I think they allow you to make the check.
oh, okay.
I could
That
be
was
wrong.
a 16.
Nice.
I was going to offer to help, but never mind, you got it.
Virgil's been picking locks for the whole life.
It's true. First skill I learned before I learned how to play a guitar.
Or talk.
Or talk.
Yeah, it opens easily. Inside, the office is dark, but should you like, you could turn on the lights and start snooping.
I'm gonna take his computer for a roll hoop.
Maybe not the big light. Maybe just like a desk lamp in case there's like a kid who's sort of like desperately watching to see if the lights come on in the office.
Fair enough. Yeah, then everyone give you all a perception check. Varying DVs, so I'll see what you
Focus
roll and
on
we'll go
something
from
else.
Mr. rolling a natural 1, total of a 10.
Oh.
Patrick at the
And a natural
19.
one.
You know what? It's fine because it's the first episode.
Could be worse.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it.
It's also just taking a 1 off of your roll, so.
Yeah.
Patrick and Virgil, the two of you start going through desks while Saint goes up to the computer, pretty easily breaks in. It's a school firewall system, not anything fancy. Those of you that are looking through the desk would find a picture frame of one Barbara Dahl, anchor of evening news in Night City for Network 5. Not only sitting on the desk, but there are kiss marks on the photo in faded red lipstick.
Oh.
Other than that, doing some more digging in a nearby closet, you would find a clown costume hanging in the back of the wardrobe, along with an Inquisitor uniform, both stained in blood.
Chris is part of those fucking.
It's not kinky cosplay.
I don't know, if you ask them, it's probably a kink of some kind.
Fair enough.
Saint, going through the computer, you'd find basically what you would expect. Lots of papers, grading systems, tracking hundreds of students, hundreds of papers. Nothing that really seems. But I will give you that as the others start going through the desk and going through closets and kind of, picking the room apart, you see that tucked away kind of like underneath, but behind, like in the interior of the desk almost, is a small mini fridge.
What's in the fridge, Hoop? Is it blood?
If only it were that simple.
Oh no.
I assume that you would like to open.
Of course. Let's see how many body parts are in here.
Inside, you would see a bottle of genuine vodka, like the good stuff.
Mine.
A squat bottle of Bloody Mary mix. A jar of real pickled asparagus. A frosted glass. And the only other thing would be a preserved human head.
Only other thing.
A little bonus.
Hey, Doc.
Right, like, see, I was expecting the head. I'm more upset about the fact that he's using pickled asparagus in his Bloody Marys instead of celery like a normal person.
Thank you.
Yeah, no. First, Saint would hand over the Bloody Mary bottle. Smell if this smells like metal. Also, there's a head in here.
Great, don't touch it. Does the head look like it was removed cleanly, or is the neck serrated?
Serrated. It was not like a surgical procedure. This was definitely done either in anger or hastily or just by someone who's, inexperienced, unskilled.
Mm.
Is it the professor by any chance?
It's not. But
Is it? Can we tell the age of the person since the head has been semi-preserved?
older gentleman. I would, if any of you have criminology or streetwise, I would
Ooh,
give you one of those.
Streetwise. Yes, please.
A 20. Virgil is rolling on fire tonight.
Nice.
Yeah, Virgil. Unfortunately, you do know whose head this is. And as soon as you realize, like, you remember that news story that those rumors that circulated through the streets, you even heard it, you had to cancel one of your shows because this was such a massive event. Kenneth Dahl, husband to one Barbara Dahl, mysteriously went missing. 2 weeks ago, probably. Looks like you found.
Well, we found Ken.
Right.
How much money do we want to bet that he's playing house with Barbie then?
Hmm.
I mean, that feels like a terrible place to be.
I don't think they really care.
So,
Nothing incriminating on that laptop then?
On a school computer.
If he's
At least he
dumb
was-
enough to keep a head in his fridge.
Could I try and break into this a little harder, Hoop?
Yeah, I won't even make you roll. It's just a school.
He might be dumb enough to keep his trophies in here, but at least he doesn't look up porn on the school computer.
Okay, so what do we want to do with this information? Because it's not like it's helping us find the kidnapped college kids.
I mean, we don't know either way if it might be. I mean, there's some shady shit going on with this professor. There's missing college students.
Does the clown costume look the same as Bozo was wearing?
Similar.
Well, if a news reporter's husband shows up on a college campus, who's to say Chuckles is not in with the rest of the circus?
So do we try to check in on Barbie?
At this point, a lead's a lead.
Are we leaving the head?
Yes.
Saint, can you do like an anonymous tip?
Yeah, I would take one of Patrick's burner phones
Yeah.
and
But Saint, maybe delay it. Delay
Yeah.
it, because we don't
not-
need the cops showing
no,
up.
I'm gonna call campus security while we're sitting in here, breaking into a room.
No, that wasn't what I was worried about. I'm worried about they find the head, they then need to go talk to Barbie, and we're trying to talk to her. We don't need to be interrupted by the Night
We'll
City.
delay it a few hours. Send campus security in here. It will take them plenty of time to get actual police here.
I would like to note that before we got super started with taking this room apart, I did in fact hand out latex gloves to everyone, so we did not leave fingerprints anywhere.
I would touch a computer with my fingerprints.
Did you take the Bloody Mary mix? Alcohol.
I'm taking the vodka. I did want the doc to check it to see if the Bloody Mary mix is probably like an actual bloody woman named Mary.
Mm. Yeah, is it just regular Bloody Mary mix, or is there blood in the mix here?
It's just Bloody Mary mix.
So the his only crime against alcohol is in fact using the wrong type of vegetation for his drink. I'm still mad about that.
At least they're
Okay,
pickled.
Wouldn't it be pretty expensive to get like actual
Yes.
pickled things in
Very.
general? So
Very.
make do with what you got. I'd probably fucking pick the asparagus too.
Once we've taken the things we want to take and we've replaced the head, I'm gonna take out my video camera and record the head being there, as well as the picture frame, just so we have this documented, just in case.
Sure.
And the costumes as well
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Good
in
call.
the closet. Yeah.
Okay. So at this point, do you have? Well, I guess I should say, you're immediately going to talk to Barbara?
I mean, what time is it?
It's late in the evening, late enough that this wing of the school was empty.
Has she had? I'm pretty sure it's easy to check. Has she had shows the last few days?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
has she been going to work with her
Yeah,
husband
sorry.
missing?
Her husband disappeared a few months ago. I think I said weeks. I meant months ago.
Oh.
Yeah. So. Yeah,
But she's been
would be-
appearing regularly.
Yeah, it would be unusual for her to not like start to go back to work and put on a brave face of powering through.
You said she does the evening hoop or what?
She's just an anchor on the I remember the name of the news network. Night City Network 5. Oh, Evening News, yeah.
Does she have like a specific? Yeah,
So she's at work right now.
exactly. Let's go check out her house and see if there's a clown waiting.
Sorry. Hold on, I need to run to break real quick. We'll be right back, y'all. Hello. Welcome back. So, as the dramatic music continues to play, what would you all like to do?
Um, I, I would like to know, like, as far as the news program is concerned,
Mhm.
are we getting close to when it might finish? Because if so,
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try to head her off at the news station to stall,
Ooh,
so
okay.
that everyone else can investigate.
Sure. Where are the rest of you investigating?
The dollhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking into her house. Okay. Well, then, Patrick, why don't we start with you?
Okay.
As they finish up, this show for the evening, get ready to run it on repeat. You would see Barbara Dahl, older woman, but still perfectly vibrant blonde hair because why not? Very much had enough work done and has enough cybernetics to still attempt to look 30 years younger and is pretty well pulling it off. But yeah, you see her, saying goodbye to the cast and crew, grabbing your keys and getting ready to leave for the night.
Um, I'd like to approach, uh, maybe with just a little pen and paper, and say, um, Miss Miss
Oh.
Dahl.
Immediately, Pepper sprays out and pointed at you. Don't touch me. What do you want?
Uh, I I I I admire your work, and I would like an autograph.
You're not here to kidnap me?
No, why would you think that?
Well, young, beautiful women have been kidnapped all throughout the city. I have to be careful.
I I understand. I get it. If you want, I can put the pen and the paper on the
No,
ground and
no,
walk away.
you're fine. Just startled me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just I I'm a little starstruck. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to miss my chance. I've missed it so many times already.
It's fine. What what can I do for you?
Um, I just an autograph. To your biggest fan.
Sure. Barbara Dahl, you my biggest fan. That it?
Um, can you like do a little kiss on the paper or something?
Really need to get going. We roll your persuasion, please.
Yes, absolutely.
18.
Eight.
Yeah, well over the DV. All right, hand it over. Clearly, even though she's putting up a protest, she is very much enjoying.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Brings it up to her lips, presses down, and kind of like rolls back and forth a little, leaving a perfect lip imprint. There.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
If you
It,
ever wanted a job, we are pretty much always looking for interns.
that would be great. That'd be fantastic. Do you know who I would talk to?
Um, Probably Mike, but I think he already left for today, so if you come first thing in the morning, you might catch him.
Oh, great. Can I? So that's actually perfect because I'm looking to get into this field. I don't want to keep. Have you had dinner? I wouldn't want to keep you. I could. I've got a little bit of money. I could. I my treat.
Fine. Only because you're cute.
Oh, thank you.
Uh, as to not make you roleplay an entire dinner distracting this woman,
Do
Thank you.
it.
let's jump over to the rest of you. Um, Virgil, we've already determined that breaking and entering is your primary language, so no problem breaking into the house. It's nothing spectacular. It's one of the nicer apartments, but still not quite like corpo level.
Any security?
Yes, but nothing you couldn't handle.
I'm just gonna trick it like it was a false alarm.
Sure. I don't really need you to roll anything. There's not really any risk of danger. It's not like anyone's coming home anytime soon to stop you. So what are y'all looking for?
Anything weird?
Sure.
Any signs of stalking? Any signs she might be involved?
Any creepy notes? Any asparagus hidden around? Any clown costumes?
You
No
know, normal things.
Yeah, clown
Yeah.
costumes. No clown costumes. But going through her personal computer, you would find a lot of deleted emails, very much in the stalker-ish category. Like I
Date
love
of the
you
last
so much. I can't wait until we can be together. Just any day now. Some of them are fairly recent, but they do seem to have tapered off past couple. There's one about the time that her husband went missing that talked about being together forever. You were meant to be. It's fate. It's harmony. And don't worry, they'll take care of everything.
Is snail mail still a thing?
Not so much.
Okay. I was unsure of that, and this felt like a good time to ask that question because
Yeah, fair enough.
maybe postcards or something that had been sent through like
I mean,
regular mail.
It's not impossible, but especially after the events of the bomb that went off, thanks to one Johnny Silverhand, there definitely was a point where the entire net was out of commission and did have to rely back on archaic means of communication. But the net has come back since then, so don't see it as much, if rarely.
Usually for criminals, isn't it, these days?
Yeah, like when you want to send like a letter to a serial killer in prison about how you support them.
Gotcha.
What a weirdly specific example.
Yeah, it really was. I was trying to just kind of gloss over that, but yeah. So
Does she have any prison pal responses, Hoot?
She does not.
what about her husband's things? Does it look like she's sort of putting them away, or does it look like everything is kind of how he may have left it? Like, what does his stuff look like?
His stuff is gone. I mean, it's
Gone.
legitimately been months. Yeah, it is a single woman's apartment.
Okay.
Yeah, there's really not much here. There's definitely indications that she's been stalked for a long while, and even recently a few stalkers, but she doesn't take it seriously.
So do we feel like setting a mouse trap?
It's not a terrible
We
idea.
sling one? Good.
Just on a personal note, like, does she have any really nice purses?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Great. I would like to take 3 of them. I'm not going to physically take them. I'm going to move them. Like ones that are in the back of the closet. I'm going to take them and move them and just put them in random places in her apartment. Places that she will see so that she knows that someone was in here. Because if she's not taking these stalking things seriously, she will now.
Absolutely. And they're nice and expensive purses.
Right.
All clearly knockoffs.
Oh, absolutely. But I want her to know that someone was in her apartment.
Yeah, gotcha. Anything else from the two of you?
Yes. That warehouse where the dirty cops were. Did they just kind of abandon it by any chance?
Oh yeah.
Great. Because I'm gonna kind of like take a look at her writing style of like her sent emails and pin out our little response to Stalker Dude. And we're gonna bait a trap. Like it has been like so long, and I think I'm finally ready to move on, and you are where my heart lies.
Mhm.
If you meet me here at this address, this date and time, um, I'll have a car prepared for us to start our new life together. And then I'm also gonna attach like a little worm to the email to so I can, if it does get opened, even if he doesn't reply, I can see where.
Fair enough.
And then I'm gonna just go see if she has any more expensive liquor for me to take.
Um, she definitely.
Anything? Does she? Actually, that's a good question. She's pretty much a celebrity almost, and she has a nicer apartment. Does she have any like expensive things, or does it look like she's kind of living below her means, or rather above her means?
A little bit above her means. Definitely putting on airs. But yeah, that email easy enough to send out. Not even able to be traced back to you.
Delete all evidence that it was even sent.
Yeah. Anything else?
So Virgil locked the door back and
I do think, I'm not sure there would be anything for him to notice, but while the other two are in the apartment, I think Virgil has just been kind of getting a sense of the apartment building and the general vibe slash places where stalkers could try to keep an eye on her from. So more focusing on the outside and like glancing out the windows and things like that, just to gauge if someone were trying to track Barbie, how they might do that.
You got it. Patrick,
Yes.
your date would end fairly quickly. I mean, she is entertaining you enough, but eventually would like, really, I need to get home. It's been a long day, and would just kind of excuse herself at home.
Okay. I'd
Uh,
take. Oh
I assume you don't bring up her husband's head.
no, absolutely not. I as soon as she has to jet, I will take out my agent and let Virgil know that uh, she's leaving. She's leaving this hot dog stand on 40th and Park. Just so Virgil knows. I imagine Patrick initially was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to a great restaurant," but then he's like, "Wait, there's this place I want you to check out." Um,
A little
but
rustic.
yeah, but it's like it's the best hot dogs in town. But I wanted at
it's
the very
rich
least,
poor people food.
yes,
It's
like
actual meat.
yes, but then you have like a general idea of how much time you have.
Perfect. Yeah, none of you spent enough time in there for it to even be close. You'd eventually make your way home, open up the door, and are you watching all of this go down, or have we left and you're just leaving fate to be what it is?
I think if Virgil thought there would be a way to catch a glimpse, like through the window, he would do that.
Yeah, easily.
Would her personal computer have a webcam hoop?
Oh, yeah.
Then we'd be watching that way too.
Mhm.
Yeah, she would step into the apartment, be in there for a few moments, and then quickly proceed to leave as purses have been strung out in various places around the apartment, and looking very distressed, would head back down the stairs, back into the street, and just kind of stand there at a loss as not sure what to do now.
Virgil's gonna call Patrick if Patrick isn't back with us and say, "Hey Patrick, you want to be a knight in shining armor?"
She's gonna think
Yeah.
he's an
Yeah,
actual
no,
stalker.
that's so creepy. Don't do that. That is a good way to get him pepper sprayed. Don't do that. Don't just magically show up like, I just wanted to make sure you got home safe. No.
Oh,
Listen, I personally thought that Patrick would be charming enough to override that, but I see what you're saying. That might make
Virgil,
it
you go
worse.
do some charity work.
Oh.
Celebrity to celebrity.
Oh.
Happy to do it.
go
And
approach
Virgil
her.
will. Yep.
It's not quite like pure panic. There's some confusion there, some panic, some fear, a lot of anger seeing on her face. Just fully not understanding what is happening, but would see you. You can see like she starts to reach in the purse, probably towards the pepper spray. Who are you?
You don't recognize me?
It's your outfit. I think we spend our time in different circles.
I mean, I figured since your network has shown clips from some of Anarchy Division's shows.
Oh, no, you're right. I do recognize you. You have a bounty on your head, I believe.
That is one of the many things I am known for, yes.
Right. What are you doing here? And did you go into my apartment and rearrange my purses?
Gladys Candace
What a
spray paint.
bizarre question to ask
Right?
a human being.
Right?
The immediate accuse.
Look,
It's just like,
this is a
"Was it
criminal
you?"
like so many people in this city. You did it.
Just because I have a bounty on my head.
You fit the
doesn't
you
mean-
fit the type.
Break into a middle-aged
is
woman's
that?
apartment and rearrange her purses. I didn't know there was a type for that.
But yes, hasn't pulled out the pepper spray. Seems to be at ease a little bit from recognizing. Just, I'm very on edge today. Sorry.
No, if someone broke into your apartment, makes sense.
Yeah.
They rearranged your purses?
Yes, they did.
Who would do something like that?
No idea. But I should probably report this to somebody, but they're just gonna laugh. No one's gonna take this seriously.
Why wouldn't they take this seriously? I mean, especially after what happened with your husband.
That's exactly why. They didn't take me seriously then, and look what happened.
She think happened.
That's like to air out my laundry or anything, but clearly you know who I am. You happen to my husband. Look,
So,
stalkers come with the territory. I, I didn't think anything of it for a while, and it started to get more serious. We had a break-in at one point. I went to anyone who would listen. Nobody believed me or thought it was important enough to do anything. Now, my husband is probably dead.
and they would just laugh at you if you told them that something else had happened too.
Exactly.
It's fucked up.
It's the unfortunate truth. Unless you have vast amount of wealth, law enforcement, no good.
Oh yeah, no, the cops, they fucking suck, but I'm just gonna put a thought out there, Barbara, and I hope it's not crossing a line, but sometimes you need to look other places than law enforcement if you actually want to get help.
I mean, like private contractors, like solos.
Solos, yeah. There are people out there with skills, and they will help
Probably,
for a
but
paycheck.
that would be the issue. Not that I didn't love my husband, but I don't have the funds to go looking into the disappearance of a man from months ago that no one really cared about. His biggest claim to fame was that he was married to me. I mean,
That's still a claim to fame.
unless you're offering to look into it pro bono.
Can't say I'm the type to do charity work, and I'm not much of a solo.
Worth asking.
But I can keep my ear to the ground, and if I hear something, I'll tell you.
I would appreciate it. I would, of course, expect discretion, and in return, if there's anything that I can do for you, all you have to do is ask.
See now we're talking the same language. Doesn't have to be money. Favors work just as well.
I do know a handful of very successful executive types that very well be able to skyrocket career just.
I'll take that under advisement.
Well, I still don't understand why you were walking outside the apartment, but I won't look gift horse in the mouth. And if you excuse me, I think I'm gonna go stay with my.
I think that makes sense, and be as safe as you can in Night City. Before you go though, Barbara, what kind of man is Ken? You said that his claim to fame was being married to you.
The
Who is he?
forgettable kind. Didn't like to stand out, didn't like to make a name. Was content with his life. I may have loved him, but certainly we're cut from different cloth.
I was gonna say for being someone who was someone noticeable, he clearly caught your eye.
Yes, he was charming when he wanted to be. Clearly not anymore. You'll excuse me?
Of course, I've taken up enough time of yours already.
Head up.
Hey, Hoop.
Mhm. Yes,
Can I roll human perception?
absolutely. Uh, 16. I'm not even gonna bother rolling. I don't get any sense that anything is true. She may not have told full truths about everything because you are technically just a stranger on the street, but she didn't lie about anything.
How did she sound when she talked about her husband?
Pretty apathetic. Had a few months to grieve, if she grieved at all.
Okay. That was the piece I was curious about. Okay.
Well,
And Virgil
to
will
relieve
rejoin the others.
hopefully relieve some of this woman's suspicion. Like, as I see her walk away, like, I imagine we probably like ducked out of sight,
Yeah.
like into an alley or something. She's like, "Hey, Virgil, quit flirting with every woman you see and hurry up. We've got a house party to get to."
You can't expect me not to flirt with every beautiful person I see.
blushes.
And that's why we're already late.
No, we're making a fashionably late entrance. You know how this works.
Hope you at least got her number out of it.
And you see Virgil kind of pause and then be like, I would have if you hadn't distracted me.
Patrick, did
was
you get her
almost there.
number?
Probably not. I don't know how she feels about going to a hot dog stand in a random place when I promised a dinner. So
Probably not great.
Hope anyway,
Yeah.
this little ploy can possibly get her to turn around and give Virgil her number.
I mean, she is blushing at this, but is weirded out enough by all of the turn of events today that she would keep.
Fine.
However,
Go after it.
all of you would receive a message, your various agents, those of you that have them, letting you know that you are being contacted on behalf of Mr. Reinmeyer once again, directing you to a certain late night ramen shop. The message says to purchase an extra large bowl of noodles with kibble flakes. Wear a green hat.
Either of you want anything green?
It's going to clash with my aesthetic.
Very much so.
I don't own green.
I feel like Patrick would.
Patrick.
yes. I bought extra clothes and I figured this would work perfectly.
Okay.
We all have palettes, and then there's Patrick.
Yes. Yes.
I have an outfit for every occasion.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in handy. Basically it's giving you coordinates that as you walk, the coordinates update and keep you going down the path. But anyone with an agent, you could just, plug the coordinates in, plug the message in, and it would just straight give you the final destination. That being back in the university district, on the university campus, outside of the cafeteria, or one of those kind of like, not quite like food truck areas, but like food stall areas outside for the students that don't want to go to the cafeteria again. for the third time
A little
today.
night market.
Yeah. There are a few students out here. Late night studiers, partiers that just came out to get a bite to eat. But as you approach, you'd see this. I mean, the students themselves don't look suspicious. They're all really students. Are you all still armed and armored?
Can we meet back up with Patrick and shove everything in his bag?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always.
So campus security wouldn't bother you at all. But as you approach, you would all overhear some conversation about, oh my God, so glad I didn't go to that party. I'm glad no one got hurt. But there were just so many. I just knew it was a bad idea. Other people talking about, obviously, the psychology majors and their thesis paper. At this point, your call would have gone out, and there was no information about the head, but there's a story about the bloody outfit. There is some rumors going around that the professor may have been involved in less than ideal activity, but the rumors are wild. They're anything you can imagine. Rumors are starting to spread about Professor.
As we pass, yeah, I heard it was like a sex thing. Who knows what he gets up to in there? What they say about people who do psychology.
Immediately, there's like 6 students just turned. I heard that too. What? That I can't believe I took that class. So glad
Was
that we
he
got
weird
it
for
right.
you too?
I always had a bad vibe. It's just something was off. Never pinpoint. Just off.
What did he do in your class?
I mean, he flunked me, and no one flunks me. I'm a perfect student.
God, of course.
While Saint is talking up this student, would any of you like to go in order? Especially you in the green hat.
Yeah. Absolutely. The large, extra large with the kibble flakes.
Extra large bowl of noodles with kibble flakes. There are a handful of figures, cooks behind the counter, the individual taking orders that as you walk up, they do block you there. And there's some eye contact shifted in between them. But they do take your order. One of the cooks does kind of like gesture to you to come around the side of the shop.
All right. Follow.
Rest of you falling behind, or is this a solo meet?
I think I would join Patrick. That's my
Yeah.
friend. It's normal
Yeah.
for us to be
Yeah.
walking together.
Sure.
Not gonna send him off alone.
I would stay for just a few moments longer to see if I can get anything. Like if this guy's been weird in classes, or if he's missed a lot of classes when he was teaching, or anything like that.
I mean, he
The
did.
general rumor.
He missed classes, but all teachers do. Nothing outside of the ordinary, assuming that you're ignoring all of the more outlandish rumors around. But yeah, not really much suspect other than the bloody clown costume and the head.
And just oh my god, I think my brother fucking left me, and then run off after the rest of them. I don't look like any of them, but
Yeah, those of you that are pulled around to this side would see a vampire in that same dark suit with the the vampire fangs. Hello, I am Renfield. You must have been the one that we were waiting for.
Yeah, that's me.
And he'll just hand you an envelope. Give you a bow, and then just back up, disappear into the crowd of people.
All right. Can I crack that open and see what's going on?
Yeah. Real quick. How good is your resist drugs and torture?
Oh, it is not good at all. I
You
don't
could
have
take
any
use,
levels.
Bill.
You did keep warning us, Hope. You asked us so many times to think about
Truth.
that roll.
Do you have gloves
Truth.
on by chance?
At this point, no.
Oh, because he just came back from the date.
Yeah.
Will you roll your resist drug and torture, please, against the contact
Yes.
poison?
Yes. I might have to use that hero point from earlier.
DV of 8.
16.
16. Your finger starts to go a little numb, immediately just letting go. You could use a cloth to open it the rest of the way. Altered Echo Archives, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for
Yeah.
coming and sharing your community with us. We love you so much. This is episode 1 of our Cyberpunk Red campaign, The Fall of the House of Red. And, yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with us, and we hope you enjoy the show.
Just in
let's-
time for vampires poisoning.
Yeah, it's just a little
Right.
bit of vampires, little bit of blood, little bit of poison.
If Patrick were to tell me what he's feeling in his fingers, one, I'm gonna give him like just. I'm just gonna hand him gloves, because I actually don't want to give him like an alcohol swipe, because
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna make it worse or not until I actually test him.
Yeah, it was contact poison. It has a very short shelf life. When once it's been opened, once it has contact with the air, basically just kind of fanning it out for about a minute, and you'd be fine.
Okay.
But inside, you would find an invitation, beautifully engraved in gold, for you to meet with the Master at the stroke of midnight at the Opera House.
So you poison us, and then you want us to come and say hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
They
the
really
fuck?
take this vampire thing a little too far.
If you're
It's all smoke and mirrors too. Like when
No, I thought real
he-
vampires existed.
Okay, look. I'm just saying, it's all fucking theatrical.
I just like, this is not how you make friends. Like, you don't attempt to drug people and then say, come visit my house.
I had to make sure you were serious.
Biggest problem being we have to play into it, otherwise they're probably gonna clam up. Nine delusions and that whole thing.
And clearly you are meeting with the Philharmonic Vampire. Again. Who knows?
Okay, but why us? Why now?
They did promise they would be in contact.
Maybe they'll
know,
pay us for helping. Who
I was
knows?
literally just thinking that, like, maybe they will pay us. Because at the very, we can see how much they're offering, monetary wise.
Just, maybe I just don't trust him that much with the whole poison thing.
Oh,
Like,
neither do
maybe
I.
I don't
But I
have,
also
like-
want to know if
I'm
they
not
ripped
saying
out
trust
those
them.
teeth.
Those were some pretty badass teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like
Maybe
to
we
know
can
that
get
they
you
removed
some.
him from his mouth and it was very painful.
Incredibly.
they smash that stupid clown's nose in. Fucking hate clowns.
But you have probably about 2 hours or so before midnight.
Right, because the stroke of midnight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything you'd like to do in this?
I mean,
If
did
you
we
have
actually
any
get the
blood-
ramen?
No.
Oh,
Does anybody want to
man.
just get food? I mean, like, I know you already ate, but like, do y'all want to eat like actual food while we're here?
Yes, we can have cocktails too.
There you go.
We got some
Not trying to
plastic
go
cups
meet
to
up
make
with some
Bloody Marys.
vampires on an empty stomach.
Yeah, you could go take off the green hat, actually place your order, actually get your ramen, which it is fantastic.
Great.
Because ramen is my favorite food in the world, and I wouldn't dare butcher it no
Oh.
matter what game I'm playing. Ramen
And
is
if you have
fantastic.
Twixtable flakes on it.
Yes. Ramen is
Ooh.
fantastic in every universe. I will die in this hill.
I respect that.
So yeah. Stroke of midnight. We return to the Night City Symphony Hall, where you can tell that there are individuals posted up outside and around the building. Those being the Philharmonic Vampire. It's also busy with just university students headed back to their apartments and dorms. If you weren't here for what happened a couple nights ago, you probably couldn't tell that anything had even happened. Life just returned to normal.
That was actually going to be my question, was like, are there people walking by themselves, or is everyone sort of like in groups?
They are all in groups, but that's nothing new. You know, with
So they are still like kind of panicking about the kidnappings.
up to the kidnappings, yes. About the shooting that happened a couple nights ago, they seem to have forgotten about that.
This is Night City. Shootings happen,
Yeah,
but no one looks like they're like brave enough to be like out by themselves. Okay. All right. The college
Could I
kids
have
have a little bit of common sense.
Could I have recommended that before we met up, we go change back into our weird velvet outfits from the other night?
Mm. It's not a terrible idea.
No. I hate white
it.
velvet, but good impressions and all that.
They're so dramatic. I mean, I thought I was dramatic, but they are so fucking dramatic.
I'm ready to ask the doctor to bring along a empty wine bottle full of blood, so
I was actually wondering if we should pay them back in kind with some sort of like toxin.
drug the blood.
Fair enough.
anything particular drugging it with?
I would like to use a numbing agent.
Yeah.
Mixed with like a
Something that
sedative.
causes constipation.
Simultaneous constipation and diarrhea.
Yeah, no, it's like a numbing agent, but also like a sedative.
Sure.
And it is not human blood. I do not have that kind of time. I call
Synthetic
up one
blood,
of my like vet friends
Uh-huh.
and I get like possum blood or something.
Nice.
Well, the stroke of
I think
midnight.
possum blood would be blood.
Yeah, well, vermin blood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stroke of midnight. You would see the same figures in the black suits, all in their classic Hollywood vampire motif, standing there at the top of those. Do you step out into the area in front, where it's all illuminated by lamplight? You see the figure smile, revealing those vampire teeth. The master has been awaiting you. Come. And he'll turn, of course, with a flare of the cape, and then make his way. I assume that you're all following.
Yes.
Just stone faced.
But after they've all like turned, I would like mime switching my coat around. Feel a little
Apparently, we have a raid incoming.
Oh,
Ooh.
We'll see who
snap.
that is in a moment. But the vampires here show. Sorry, vampires here show no signs of aggression to you. In fact, you are offered refreshments. Red cherry drinks, some fairly bland chocolate cookies, even though you'd be hard pressed to find a chocolate chip. And it's basically just cherry juice, like a cherry Kool-Aid.
You brought real blood.
It did.
They're just going for the aesthetic.
It did.
And it was a great decision, and we stand by it and we respect it.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the reaction.
They wanted to be dramatic. We were
Yeah.
more dramatic.
Yeah,
We're committing.
we'll commit to the bit.
Mm-hmm.
You would also be greeted by the same burlesque dancers who dance and wave and blow you all kisses as you enter and walk past them. You're led down a long
I appreciate
hallway.
good art.
Yeah, of course. And they stay in character too, which is extra impressive. You're led down a long hallway, which ends at a pair of synthetic wooden doors, and which looks like some kind of very old golden seal on it. Are any of you here movie buffs? Or history buffs, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
That you would probably recognize the seal of Vlad Tepes or Vlad the Impaler. The vampire knocks on the door as a bunch of members from High Shelf Collective burst through the door. Thank you all so
Yeah.
much for the raid, y'all.
Hopefully your Cyberpunk game was good too.
How did your game go? At Interpoint Station, oh my god.
Interpoint.
Thank you so much for the raid. Oh god, so many friends. Thank you all for sharing your communities with us. We love you so very much.
Yes.
We're playing Cyberpunk and we're fighting vampires. Or vampires.
We're not fighting
We're
vampires.
not fighting.
We're not fighting them.
We are here to
You're
meet
having
the
a
master.
summit hoop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Diplomatic
who's fighting,
meeting.
not us.
Mhm.
But yeah, the vampire knocks on the door 3 times. It opens again with just this majestic flare as if the door itself is in on the bit. Inside, a massive room illuminated by nothing but black candles across the length of. Red carpet covers the floor, red tapestries hang from the walls. There's a pair of large chains at the opposite end of the room, flanking a clearly fake fireplace with a holographic fire flickering. And a man and a woman stand in front of the fire, holding hands. The man turns to face you. The perfect replica of Bela Lugosi. The woman gives all of you a bow, turns, swiftly leaves. Please, sit. I insist.
If you insist. And Virgil takes a seat.
The door is shut, and you all. Are all of you sitting, or is anyone refusing?
Before sitting, Mr. will walk over with the wide bottle full of real drugged blood, and hand it to this person with a bow and a flourish, and then after he takes it, they will turn in a show of, big dramatic-y show of turning and spinning her coats, but really she's checking the room to see if there is anyone else in here.
Ooh.
Yeah, even just a quick scan would are philharmonic vampires on the edges of the just in case something.
Okay. And then she will take, I guess, a seat, whatever one is closest to the door.
They give you a nod at the gift, a bow. We have a mutual problem that must be dealt with. By now, you've probably deduced that this problem of ours was once one of us. The Lord Ruthven. Looking at you all, of course expecting that this name is going to mean anything to you.
Gonna nod. We can look this up later.
He arrived here in Night City not too long ago, just after it was bathed in the fires, and offered to fund Philharmonic Vampires' rebirth, our chance at a new life. He was a visionary, an artist. Plus, he had a lot of money. But he also had a dark side, and a great many secrets that he would not share with us. What we do pays homage to the past. We may partake in an occasional archaic ritual and drink the occasional glass of blood, but we're not monsters. We're not murderers. We are romantic. But there is no art left in Lord Ruthven. Now he is only truly a monster. He began taking it too far, and when we confronted him, he threatened to kill us all. And he is, fortunately, more than capable. He has gone cyber psycho. Just kind of like sits down and just starts massaging his temples.
Could I bring up, like, on my little palm hologram, like, pictures, both of the, because I imagine this Lord Ruthven is the clown with the burn scars, right?
No.
Because I would want to show, like, pictures of the old dude with the beard, the professor, and Kenneth the doll, to see if any of these pictures ring any bells for him. Any of these look familiar for possible old lords or compatriots of Lord Ruthven?
It's possible, and he'll actually like reach back, grab a book, set it on the table, flip it open, and yeah, he flips to a page, turns it around, and you would see the two figures that you just described, as well as he would point out Lord Ruthven, a older figure with very clean shaven face, almost raven black hair kind of trimmed up into this mohawk.
Which two figures did he point out? Because I pulled up pictures of the monk, the professor, and Ken.
This is the professor. But
So is this former coterie then?
talking about the monk and the
Yeah, like is this like
Oh.
overall picture? Are these like people that have been in the coven
Yes.
before now?
Yeah.
What can you tell us about them?
which one?
Both of them.
Former members of the Philharmonic turned away from a life of art and of passion to follow a murderer. What else is there to say?
So they
What did
followed.
you do with the one you took?
It has been dealt with. The proper authorities have been notified.
Hopefully, that included a coroner.
You could have just let us kill him.
You could have let us interrogate him.
There was very little left that would have been useful for you. We took our revenge. Now, as for your professor, Lord Ruthven, he is beyond our control. That is why we have reached out to summon you here. We will allow you to kill him without retribution. While we cannot be seen aiding NCP, we have discovered where the Master's lair is. It would send you all some coordinates. Along with this wooden stake, make haste to the Union Chapel building. Make sure the task is done right. Do so and you will earn our favor. We'll also make sure that you are paid through your intermediary with the venerable Mr. Reinmeyer. Good luck.
Then we will take your vengeance for you.
Is appreciated.
So do you want the stake back as proof with his blood on it? Or do you just want proof that we put the stake through his heart?
Or his head.
We will know when the job is done. Good luck. And
Is the stake in like a box, or are they just handing it to
it's
us?
just a wooden stake.
Does it look like a well carved steak, or did someone pick this up from like Cyberpunk Home Depot?
No,
And it looks like something that goes in a garden.
nothing that any of the Philharmonic vampires do is without extraordinary flair. This is carved, it is elegant, like someone spent way too much time carving this steak.
I'm still not touching it with my bare hands.
Oh yeah, we put on gloves.
Sure.
Not after that stunt they pulled.
But you would all be escorted out of the building. The burlesque dancers giving you a kiss in your wake. And I think next time we're gonna go hunt a master vampire.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
A
It's like you always
cyber
dream of in
psycho.
Cyberpunk.
A cyber psycho master vampire at that.
Oh my gosh.
Great. I need to buy more guns.
Let's see what we got here. There we are. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for being a lovely cast. I've been so excited for this game. So looking forward to it. Thank you all for putting up with the tech gremlins in us getting here. But we prevail. Much like the Philharmonic vampires, we are eternal. But
Yes.
Before we close out, I'm going to go around everyone and tell you who they are, where you can find them on the internet, and then we are going to get out of your hair. We'll go same order we did intros, which means that we are starting with Alice.
Hi guys, my name is Alice. I use they them pronouns. Tonight I was playing Saint, who also uses they them pronouns and continues to have never done anything bad at all in their life. They are a perfect little baby angel, as we have proved.
Hi, Doc. Welcome. Got us very tail end. But next time, Doc, these intrepid heroes here are going to be hunting a cyber psycho master vampire. In episode 2, we go hard around here,
Yes.
or we don't go at all. Over to JD.
Hey, I am JD. I use he, they pronouns. Tonight I was Virgil, who uses he, him. He didn't get to add to his kill count, and that's a shame, but we're going to hopefully fix that next time with the
Hope
Cyber
so.
Psycho. So, you know, it's going to be a good night for Virgil. I have faith. And you can find me on the internet at JD Not Jason Dean.
Absolutely. Over to Matt.
Hey y'all, I'm Matt, he, him, Patrick, he, they, and I'm jazzed to see what happens next. I'm happy that I didn't get shot. So I'm excited to see the next session. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah. And then joining us for the very first game ever, Garnet, you were so much fun to have at the table. I can't wait for the rest of this game.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm having a blast. I am Garnet, she, they. I am playing Dr. Mister, also she, they pronouns. Doctor likes money and is only mildly disappointed that Patrick didn't get shot because she charges every time he gets shot because it's
To
usually
be
his
fair,
own
he
fault.
did get shot.
Right,
just
but it
didn't
didn't.
die.
He didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't count because the armor took
Yeah.
it. So he was a little bruised. And what am I gonna do with that? Or put a salve on it? Go
Charge
to
him $20.
Walmart.
Fair enough.
I am on the internet at Ashton Brienne pretty much everywhere, because it's the easiest way to find me. Usually on Twitter, making fun of anything I can think of, or I'm live tweeting stuff that I'm watching. And tomorrow I will probably be live tweeting my reactions to not Has Been Hotel. Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know what time I'm gonna start, but it's eventually gonna happen.
Heck yeah. Yeah, that's it. Next time we play, hopefully we will have a full coterie of heroes here. As Cosmic should be back with us, and you will have your sugar patron here to buy everything for you that you need.
Finally.
Yes.
We deserve it. I've been Andrew, our referee for today's game of Cyberpunk Red. I had so much fun. I'm so excited for the characters we get to meet and the stories we get to tell, because obviously I have an idea of where the story is going. But anyone that knows me knows that I run a player-driven story no matter what I'm doing. So technically, I don't have any more clue how this is going to turn out than the rest of these players do, which is, I wouldn't have it any other way. But yeah, that's it. That's all we got. I'm going to throw it over to our friends at the Lollygaggers. We're playing Tales of Mirth and Mayhem in Dragonbane, it looks like. I don't know what that is, but we're going to go share some love. As always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.